series of ups and downs. It's a series of obstacles and challenges.
100 Thieves been hunting for this trophy for quite some time.
You're gonna have to go and take what's not given to you. I think for me, that's what the definition of a thief is.
Wait, isn't the definition of a thief like somebody who's like a criminal, breaks the law? Like, isn't that portion? I mean, okay, whatever. That's an interesting definition of a thief. A thief is someone who takes what's not given to them. Seems like a very loose definition. He said to him, true, exactly. I'm just, you know, I mean, hey, I respect that. That's a new way to.
So the first thing I want to do really quick
interpret
is
things.
Give context to like our
I'm gonna
League of
turn this off
Legends
for this.
milestones.
Milestones?
Yeah.
No. I'm taking control of your own question. Milestones. Let's talk about LCS, 100 Thieves, our involvement holistically over the last 4 years.
Sure. I mean, 100 Thieves have done it the best.
First year was really
out of all the new teams.
Big jump. Nobody expected a team like 100 Thieves to be a part of franchising LCS. Nobody had even heard of us. And I think there were a lot of fans that were confused.
From new organization to first place, now right another heist, an attempt to take down Team Liquid in Miami.
We came out of the gate strong, and we made it to the spring split finals against Team Liquid. We went all the way down to Miami.
Be there victorious together as Team Liquid are your North American LCS spring split champions.
I remember when we lost in 2018 that it felt we hadn't like earned it.
Bro, the person that never got enough credit was Cody, bro. Cody's son was actually in beast mode in spring of 2018. That's why it was so fucking crazy that he got benched for summer, like going into Worlds and going into playoffs, when he was literally just like an absolute animal. Like he was averaging like 40% of his team's damage share or something like fucking crazy like that. And this is when he completely eliminated like the getting caught out of his gameplay, and he just started becoming just a top tier AD carry in NA.
Or the blood, sweat, and tears hadn't happened yet. Winning consistently or winning a championship was going to be much harder. It was going to take a lot longer. I think I remember telling the guys in the locker room after the game in Miami, we'll be back. Showed them what we got. We'll be back. I don't think at the time I expected that it was going to take 3.5 years.
Quickly, we learned how difficult it actually is to operate and manage a fully functioning first place LCS team.
What the hell? You moving into the house? I'm moving in. That's all you have? That's it? I'm gonna bring more. Oh, okay. I was like, I thought that was it.
2019 was a challenging year just because I think from our perspective, we had put together a pretty compelling roster. There were a lot of struggles, and we were trying to figure out as the year.
Bro, Bang must be like the most overrated AD carry of all time. I swear to God, like this guy, oh man, it's crazy what playing AD carry on a team with Faker will do for your career in that era. God, that's fucking insane.
Progress what the right moves and changes would be to make. I mean, we had Someday go to Academy at one point. We brought in Fake Odd. We had Ryu come back who was helping coaching to play mid lane. And then we brought Amazing over from Europe to play in the jungle.
The Nexus turrets fall, and Optic Gaming will look to bring down 100 Thieves and move on to the next tiebreaker match.
Coming off the disappointment of the 2019 year, it forced us to really reevaluate the entire program and realize how hard it was to win in League of Legends. And if we were going to win, it was going to be a long-term investment from us.
Wait, hold up. Did I see this right? Wait, this is Ron Jobinson. His name is John Robinson. It says Ron Jobinson.
League of Legends.
All right, I appreciate that.
If we were going to win, it was going to be a long-term investment from us.
A lot of people think that you can just magically put Band-Aids on everything and heal up, and all of a sudden you're a goddamn juggernaut the next year. It just doesn't work that way. And so that's when we knew that we needed to bring in somebody that had deeper relationships within the League of Legends ecosystem. And the solution was Papa Smithy.
You can't just get the one or two great players and then just have a concentrated team that can actually combine 5 sets of strengths in order to achieve success.
And I think that's when we really developed this perspective of, if we are going to win a championship, it's going to be piece by piece. But it's
and Tommy is that
take
piece.
A couple of years.
This man carried the finals. It's actually 5-head from Closer. Look, his team was having problems throwing games, right? Like they would always throw games at Baron. So Closer just smurfed so hard in the early game that they never even got to a Baron situation that was contested. 5-head.
Realistically, what were your expectations?
What were my expectations for the roster in 2021?
So we started the construction of the 2021 LCS season really early, basically right after being eliminated by EG in the summer playoffs of 2020. The question to everybody was quickly...
I would hate to do interviews on this chair, on these chairs, man. I've had to do interviews where you're far away on those chairs. It's like impossible to not look awkward when you're like super far away on like a little metal chair. You're just like all the way back here. Like that is, I hate that shit.
We do better in 2021.
100 Thieves.
Like, give me a table, give me a desk, give me something.
Now it's 4 of the members of Golden Guardians.
I wasn't as excited as I should have been, to be honest with you. I looked at it like, okay, we're basically signing a team that, you know, has been in the middle of the pack the entire year, and I don't know much about the players.
My expectations for joining the roster at the start of spring was championship aspirations. Even though we lost at Golden Guardians, for our first year on this team, I think we did good, and I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Someone talk, bro.
Coming to 100 Thieves, I just felt like now there's no excuses, and if we win, it's gonna be this one.
And then we
were playing
benched
really
him.
well, and then I guess the meta shifts, and then we start getting just absolutely pummeled. And that scared the daylights out of me.
At the beginning of that fight, but Cloud9 kite it out, stay alive.
Dude, it must be so stressful being nade shot. Cause like imagine just imagine you're going into a game that you don't really know. Like he doesn't know League at its core. He hasn't played thousands of hours of League in his life. So imagine you're going in as an owner and you don't know like really what's happening when your team starts collapsing, and you just gotta like randomly just blindly hope that the team gets better, and just you gotta rely on the information that everyone has like around you. You gotta hire the right people. It's gotta be fucking hard to be nade shot, man. Like I'm just thinking about if I had to do that for like a game that I don't know. Like imagine if I had to do the opposite and I had to go into COD where I don't know anything about COD. I don't know any of the players. I don't know how the game fucking works. What determines whether a team wins or loses? What pieces are essential? Like all that stuff. And then you have to learn it and then try to figure out what the fuck to do with all the people. So like it takes like a level of like intuition where you just have to trust the people around you, and you have to just make sure that you're signing people that are saying things that seem like they make sense.
They take the ace, and they're gonna take the game.
We were on an uptrend in the lock-in tournament. Then we went into a slump with trying to force a different playstyle for the team. If we kept everything the same, it would be much harder to achieve what we achieved this summer, for sure.
You know, when you're looking at IWDominate, I think that is a pretty huge upgrade. Reaper is the new head coach, so that is a change. Zix is out and Reaper is in. So Reaper now, you know, after his hiatus, I was actually shocked he didn't get immediately snapped up. That's what 100 Thieves really does need.
I feel like they have a lot of issues that they need to fix, because it was a pretty big slide from where they started to where they ended up. It's like, okay, are you guys actually gonna like work as a team better now? Are you gonna be more proactive? Are you actually gonna like dive correctly when you do go for these dives?
I had a thought, if I do my job, this group will be finished top 2.
Pretty easy target, jumps in the second time. Old
Top
Africa,
2.
love the mechanics. Closer played that one so beautifully.
I think at this point, right now, full stop in Summer Split, the expectation should be that 100 Thieves goes to Worlds. And if they don't, I would consider that a disappointment based on what I've seen out of the team so far. I do think that 100 Thieves right now is the best team in the LCS.
We won a lot beginning, but as soon as teams became better, we had to step up and improve and focus a lot more in practice on what's going wrong in the stage matches.
Oh my God, the bell starts ringing again. It's like, everybody come inside. We're not gonna play League of Legends anymore.
For number 10, 2 more kills for the mid lane. The Nexus falls. EG walk over him.
So this adjustment phase of the 5 strong individuals becoming a strong team in front of our eyes, both the coaches and the fans, where the first best of 5 in playoffs felt like the most uncertain one.
Against the last hit, the Nexus will fall 15-5 over 2-1 100 Thieves.
I'm looking. Go, go, go.
Flash, no flash. Flash. He has. Look, Tris. They have to kill Tris.
Oh no, not this moment. Oh, they didn't even show it. They're like, yeah, f that.
Just like that, 100 Thieves have punched a ticket to.
You know, they must have been saying some crazy shit if they didn't show that moment. They're like sitting there like, all right, so like, which one of these players are we executing first? Like after that Tress moment, it's like, which one gets benched? Like, they just refuse to show that.
Worlds.
There's lots of like struggling, obviously, because basically at the very beginning of the season, I basically told them to reset what you learned. So they all learned new games, new play style, and new game knowledges every day.
100 Thieves will weather the storm. They will defeat their opponents after a 12,000 gold deficit, and they will go up to match point. To see the Baron itself losing health. Nobody's camera was there. Nobody had a damn clue. Baron for Team Liquid.
There should not be a way for them to get away with that.
100 Thieves are aced, and they answered the call. They earned themselves a spot in the LCS final.
And I was really disappointed of my own performance. So like myself, I was really not worried, because to see how other people are talking us, like Team Liquid players, when they have to realize that they played 4v5 or almost 3v5. Like, you know, like me and Vic were like,
I was hoping to get carried too.
Yeah, literally like not playing the game, and they're happy and they're being cocky about that. The funniest part is they were keep telling us that we're not gonna be on Sunday. And even in scrims, I think that week we were playing versus them. We were thinking that they gave us a scrim because they thought that we're not gonna make it to Sunday. And we 4-1 them. And usually I don't type. I will say
they can't leak scrim results.
I usually don't type, but like there I was angry. So I just said, see you on Sunday.
Oh man, he was angry, bro. He was pissed, so he decided to hit him with the hardcore shit talk. What did he say? I'm gonna make it to finals. That's who he shit talk, bro. Put me in this team. I'll be a banter coach, or I'll be a flame coach. I'll teach you how to just hit them where it hurts.
Forgot that actually.
Yeah, like
everyone was like literally underestimating us. Like they like kind of fed us.
I'd be like, bro, this is what you're gonna type, Hui. This is what you're gonna type. You're gonna say your chances to beat us on Sunday are as non-existent as Jensen's hairline. Boom. Hit enter, motherfucker. Boom.
Off. They didn't know what's coming for sure.
Yeah.
What? We're f***ing C9 seasons and you're fucking like this? What? Oh god.
Have you lower back issues?
Huh?
Do you have lower back issues?
Oh, I got many issues. Do I head back?
If you want to. You can
No,
either
you don't
stay
want to
there and hang out with your
No, I want you
team,
to
some
be
team
here.
bonding, or you can just be...
Get out
That's just off the top, dude. Imagine if I just start preparing my whole life. The flame.
1, 2, 3. Okay, cute.
That's it?
Thank you.
The one thing that comes to mind when I think of the LCS is legacy, because there's just been so many teams Well, really not so many teams, but like the big three. I mean, I always had a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to beat Cloud9 and TSM and TL. There was this aura around these three teams when we came in and started doing things a little different. We were zigging when they were zagging. And we indexed heavily into content. We indexed heavily into creators. We indexed heavily into
Will Neff is
apparel.
the man. You know, Will Neff actually knows League. The first time I met Will Neff, he was like, bro, I saw the Gragas play. Like, you're a beast. And I was like, what the hell, man? Like, because no one in that Twitch atmosphere knows, like, on that side of Twitch at you know, TwitchCon and stuff, like the IRL side of Twitch, no one actually knows anything about League. Like, it's all just about view count, pretty much. Like, that's the whole hierarchy there. It's like you got more viewers, you're cooler. So like, people are like, would be like, oh, you have like 5K average viewers. Oh, you're in the cool kids club. Like, it's fucking really lame how the Twitch environment works, right? He was the only one that actually like knew anything from my career, like knew who I was. Literally the only one.
In a lot of ways, I can understand how they must have felt. You know, when I was the big dog or the head honcho in Call of Duty, anybody that came to try to knock on my door, I was like, F you, I'm the guy. It's like, okay, it's nice, like, go sell your merch, but, you know, we win championships. This ain't your story. You know, this isn't your show.
This right here is such a
I believe that 100%. That's definitely how it is at LCS. That is how it is at LCS.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the things that maybe the community doesn't know about us is like how much we individually and collectively love League behind the scenes at 100 Thieves. Remembering those days of waiting for the LCS team to finish practice so that we could like take over their computers. The whole crew, including Nadeshot, was just obsessed with League.
Can't get over this Ron Jobbins.
It was always the holy grail for us. Like, it's the biggest esport in North America. It's the most expensive esport in North America. It's the most popular esport in the world. It's the hardest game to win at. Like, it's the ultimate. It's the one that we wanted. You win an LCS and you've proven yourself.
We went and tapped the entire LCS crew to see where everybody stood.
When I came up playing Call of Duty, the old organization that I was on, Optic Gaming, was running in parallel with the success of Team Liquid, Cloud9, and TSM. And so as that compounded over the years, and I finally got to the place where I started my own organization, when you look in the studio and see the LCS success and the champions and the banners that have been hung up on stage, I mean, really you only think of Team Liquid, TSM, and Cloud9. I know CLG won before, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Everybody calling us a hoodie org, everybody saying that we don't care, everybody telling us we'll never win, the Team Liquids and the Cloud9s and the TSMs only being the champions of the LCS. We really just want an opportunity to say F all that. We want to win.
So as long as we are not hesitating to do something or stop something, then we'll be fine, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What time is it? Game time, speed!
Of Blabber versus Closer has historically...
It doesn't hit the same, bro. When Reaper does the 1, 2, 3, 100 Thieves, like, it doesn't hit the same way when Yamato's like, we're on the mountain, motherfuckers. On 3. And then he just starts yelling. You're like, God damn, like, you're ready to fucking, like, go to war, bro. Just have some, like, just stab someone, use their fucking blood as, like, war paint. Like, you're just ready to go when Yamato says it. When Reaper says it, it's like, all right, like, yeah, it's, all right, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 100 Thieves. I hate that shit. Actually, that was the thing that I hated the most about being a pro, like, trying to do, like, those huddles. 1, 2, 3. All right, video games. Yeah, let's get on my computer. Can you turn down the volume in my headphones? Having slightly too much white noise. Like, come on, man.
Been Closer's worst matchup of any single jungler in the LCS. He has the second most games versus Blabber, while having the lowest win rate versus Blabber of any other jungler head-to-head.
Yeah, I remember watching the C9 series, and the first thing I hear, they were saying that, like, I am the lowest win rate jungle against Blabber in the history or something. Like, and then, I mean, like, first of all, this playoff was so important to me because I thought I deserved the MVP. When I was thinking about the matchups in my head, I actually felt nothing. I didn't feel nervous. I didn't feel scared. I almost knew I'm gonna carry that series.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final weekend of playoffs. Gentlemen, are we ready for what has just got to be some incredible League of Legends?
Coming. No ulti on that guy. I'm gonna chase. Yeah.
Nice here right there. One shot with him. Blabber's active and he's all healed, but hey, Cloud9's ready to go. Blabber's already in the middle and they're looking to find the damage on the FBI and take him down, but the man's got a Guardian Angel.
What even happened this series?
Away. IWDominate looking to run interference. Perks is in the back line and everybody on Cloud9 is dropping. Nexus turrets are starting to drop low. First one's already gone.
Oh, this is the one where like Sven hard through that game like 3 or game 4, right? When he got kicked twice. Bro, people just gotta start flashing when Lee Sin goes into a team fight like this. You have to be able to respect the mechanics of Lee Sin players.
Superior team fighting will claim game number 1.
Cloud9, they're pushing in, they're threatening towers. You can see Fudge is
No, Closer didn't even like actually 1v9 this series. He 1v9 the finals, but this series he was actually like 0-4, 0-5 when he made this play. So like he made like big plays, but like he was not actually having that great of a game. He was having a pretty bad game, and then he made 2 amazing plays, and then they won. So the context of this was that like you felt like C9 was gonna win this game and just be up 2-1. Like you just because they had Baron buff, they had what's that item, Hull Breaker on the bot minion wave, and like there was no real hope for C9 to lose a fight or for 100 Thieves to win a fight, I should say, at this point in the game before Sven got kicked.
all the way up to the base with multiple Baron cannons down in bot lane trying to tax their resources.
I think on the in-lane we can fight. We have to walk in, guys. Okay?
Yes. Just don't talk right now and let me fucking do it.
That's crazy. That one's really nice by Closer, but the next one Sven should have 100% flash. I think Sven didn't have flash there.
And again they will do it. It's 100 Thieves taking game 2. Closer, you beautiful man.
They are having a hard time too. They cannot team fight against us.
Just don't let your guard down, guys. Don't let them go guard down. I know it helps, but like, I think we got reversed against C9, lock-in, and then we got reversed by TSM, but before we were playing, so like we are the king of getting reverse reps, so like we are not gonna let
Yeah, this is the one, dude. This is the one where Sven needed to flash 100%. Watch Sven here. Like, you gotta flash here. Like, it just happened to you, and you let him do it without his flash. Like, you can't let a Lee Sin kick you like that without his flash, right? Like, you gotta make him commit harder. Like, I thought this was pretty egregious. And yeah, I mean, Cloud9 was up 5k gold with Baron buff. Closer was 0-4 at the time. Blabber actually had a pretty good game overall. This game should have been 100% won by C9.
Guard down.
I think the experience of getting reverse swept like by TSM, because I think we were like really happy when we 2-0 up, remember, in the toilet. So I actually think that those kind of experiences do help like your mental game in series.
You had no flash for both?
Yeah. Someday has been the backbone of our entire LCS program. I mean, he's the only player that's been with us since the beginning all the way to the end. What seemed to happen over the course of the year is a lot of fans who had been supporting Someday throughout his entire tenure with 100 Thieves, they started to turn on him a little bit just because they felt like he was underperforming.
He was underperforming.
He finally has this incredible roster around him, and now he's the one that has his own shortcomings. I think there was like one defining moment that I think about the most when we were playing against Cloud9, because I think the final moment where Someday is like waiting in the back for his opportunity to take out Perks, and it was just like this incredible moment that seemed everything came full circle, and Someday finally had his opportunity to really, you know, bang on his chest and say, hey, Someday's still here, Someday still can play.
Did you really think you could run?
Wait, I didn't even know that was the death animation.
Final, 100 Thieves and Team Liquid. We'll see you tomorrow.
We dodged OCE. Bro, we dodged players, bro. We dodged OCE.
I like how we have to first dodge players, then we have to dodge 0-6, and then we're finally playing League of Legends.
We dodged OCE. Safe now. We're safe now.
We need to channel our Conor McGregor now and be like, trying to fight them and be like,
Here, bro, do it.
You guys wanna eat or you guys wanna go review fast and then go home fast?
Review fast, go home probably not.
Let's eat. I mean, are we in a hurry? No, just review. Eat.
We are not hurry. I'm asking if you wanna go home because you're tired.
I would prefer to just finish it and then go home.
Let's eat together.
What
together.
Like, are we gonna order something?
Go home together.
Yeah, let's order.
What are we ordering?
It just felt like that Saturday losers final game, whoever won that was going to have a lot of momentum going in.
Mounting plans to go 0-6.
I know Matt.
I don't think the 100 Thieves will go 0-6. They have good enough early games to win games based off early game. They're not like TSM where they're looking to scale every game like TSM was last year. So
That's really
I think 100 Thieves
probably
will definitely get wins
but
in group stage.
Yeah, of course I was thinking ahead, and like as soon as we won on Saturday, I called Julia and a few other people to begin preparations for what it would look like if we won our first championship.
I think thematically is if you look at the proposition of playing Team Liquid in the finals, it obviously has a ton of storylines that are running that coincide with this match. Team Liquid, one of the best teams at LCS the last couple years. They kicked the living out of us in the finals in the spring split. Sent us home.
I was there, bro. It was like 2 hours long.
We
It
were
was literally
so
2
ignorant,
hours, the whole thing.
Wide eyes, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose, and you guys sent us
All right,
to
Friday Night Lights.
Gulag. And I'll never forget that feeling.
Just to be so close, you know, is so painful and it hurts so much. There's nothing worse than finishing second. And yeah, I think it was certainly like a bonding moment for us, that like kind of core crew. I remember that dinner that night. In a lot of ways, maybe that loss like served us well as a company. I think it really lit a fire under a lot of us.
To finally be in the finals against Team Liquid, where everybody was favoring them, every single analyst, every single community member, every single person watching the chat, they all figured TL was gonna beat the living shit out of us. And even the players did too. I mean, Alfari was literally watching us versus Cloud9, tweeting out, "I pray to God that someday runs out champion against us," because everyone can make the assumption of what he was trying to say. And what made my day was watching FBI on stage after we beat Cloud9. He literally said,
"It's gonna feel really nice to shut him up tomorrow because he's just being really cocky." You get that it's for like hype or whatever, but you're still f***ing pissed off, you know? And I don't know, I think us and we really wanted to, I should stop swearing. We really wanted to like just shut them up because they were just talking way too much.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a banter, it's like still a trash talk against you, and then it's a trash talk against, like, I know Sunday's personality, he's not gonna like go and like say about like whoever is talking, you know? So I don't know.
We're gonna talk about who everybody thinks is gonna walk away
see a lot of
with the
blue
title
here.
of LCS
Oh, we got
champion.
believers!
Obviously, Team Liquid won a lot of championship, and for us, we haven't won a single one, and we were having a bad showing. But even though we were kind of matching like the EG, Team Liquid, and like even C9 going to Team Liquid series on finals, like people are still thinking that we're the analysts were thinking that way, the fans were thinking that way.
Hi.
We won already.
We won already.
I mean, I said we already won because I saw many times in my head that we're gonna win. I knew I'm gonna win when I came here. And like all these things motivates me, like Sunday not winning for years, and Felix, me and Freeze not winning 3 years ago when we are on the same team. And me, J-Week, like not winning for so long, and I believe we are like really good players. I was just in the zone.
100 Thieves and Team Liquid are doing battle for the LCS
This is definitely the time to
championship.
win. This is definitely the best time for Closer to win, because I mean, you got to remember that like TL started looking better towards playoffs, and that's why like everyone was predicting them to win, because not only did they beat 100 Thieves the first time they played, with a 12K gold throw, they still won 3-2. But just like if you look at like how this season went, bro, like this is the weakest LCS has ever been in terms of like how everything started. I mean, the best two teams, Cloud9 and TL, going into the season just benched some of their players. Like, they just benched two of their good players. Two of their best players were just benched for like the first 5 weeks of the season. So this is definitely the time to win.
Ship pulverized, Tactical getting low, Tactical will drop, but here comes Alfari. Is it going to be enough? First reset comes through for Closer, low health for the Core JJ. Jensen healthy though, as Rift Herald drops, the minion wave will be falling pretty rapidly. Heaven Pulp comes in, Alfroll tanks it up, kill number 1 and number 2. 100 Thieves played through the bot lane, and the bot lane rewards them, not only with 4 turret plates, but 4 kills as well. Oh my goodness, there goes the early game, boys. 100 Thieves are off to the race. 1-for-0 so far, and Abbedagge comes in. Abbedagge is a problem. Alfari's gonna drop as well. Too many threats on 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves wanted vengeance, and boy, do they have it. A game 1 slaughter against Team Liquid.
They are perma hiding in whenever you guys don't have vision. They like 5-man stack everywhere, and they're looking for pick when they're behind. That's the 2 things they were doing.
Open the eyes, see the game correctly.
Yeah.
The game plan they had was not working.
Yeah.
Because of
They picked red.
So what we can see from that game, what we can learn from that, is that what they tried to do to win didn't work because they lost. My camera's so high today.
I mean, they clearly thought they can beat it. Yeah, like, to be honest, they should have just banned after first game, but...
Bringing up your mid laner, so at worst, it's going to be that one extra guy, and they force out the TP with it.
Knockback, Alfari's gonna buy some space, but where is he gonna get the reinforcements from? They're not gonna be there. 100 Thieves find first blood in the top lane. Here's Renekton TP, who he's at half health, but he's out, so he can survive that one. Aftershock plus deals is gonna be pretty good. However, someday TP's into enemy champions. It's enough to fight Alfari, sets it up, and someday knocks it down. 1-for-0. Your top focus means nothing when the other team just plays the fights better to provide souls for Closer. And another team fight, another half-health target. Core JJ pops in the locket, has the shield up, and a stopwatch buys some time, knocked back in, but there's the first kill. Braum is still prey. Jin finds the second one, Centurion gets big shields, but it's not gonna matter there either. Closer is in for another, a killing spree
This
now
could
on
be
the
the end.
Diego.
They're gonna go mid, they have the super minions. It's just 2 members here from TL trying to hold on against 5.
Preserve the KDA instead of fighting for their lives. It wouldn't matter anyway. The Nexus falls, and 100 Thieves are 1 game away from hoisting their first LCS trophy.
You know, 100 Thieves actually got f***ed by Cloud9 because Cloud9 did so poorly at MSI. Like, if Cloud9 actually showed up and got top 4 at MSI, then 100 Thieves would get a first seed. I mean, the thing is, this is the worst thing about Worlds, bro. The worst thing about Worlds is they keep on doing single elimination, and they keep on doing group stages that are just based off this random pool system. And there's just massive, massive, massive differences between the strength of a team in a pool, right? Like, FPX is a pool 2 team. What? Think about that. FPX is a pool 2 team. FPX goes into the tournament at the same value as 100 Thieves in your group. It's like, yeah, you can have FPX or you can have 100 Thieves. It depends on how many Chinese teams you have like in your group already. If you don't have a Chinese team, then you can get FPX. So like, you go into Worlds with a good seed and it means actually nothing. Like, you could have a good seed and get a much harder group, right? Like, let's say you're second seed here, and then the teams that you get are like RNG, and then you get like Hanwha Life in your group. You get RNG, Hanwha Life, and Mad Lions. That's a potential group for 100 Thieves here. And then on the other side, you could be like a third seed. Like, let's say Cloud9 come in, they're like the 4th seed. Well, what happens if they get like Fnatic as the 2 seed, they get a PCS team as the 1st seed, and then Gen.G as the 3rd seed? Then Cloud9 have a better group. So it's actually so random, and it makes the tournament just like really RNG based, which sucks to me. And that's why I always advocate for a different format.
Yeah. We're playing well. We're playing really well.
I thought like you guys only working in sprint, so I can't land my ulti, right?
Sure, brother.
How it works.
Good macro again.
Keep
Slow
discipline.
and steady.
Just discipline.
Yes, slow and steady, not short.
Yeah.
Make sure to get some snacks and fruit in, guys.
We'll win the fight. Every single fight.
TP ones are good. Keep
Yeah.
doing it.
See? We can do TP
The
play.
second you
and
say
macro and our rotation.
Yeah.
Everything.
in the fight, we
Like
will.
in Madland,
No,
fatal.
If you see,
in the team fight, when we are playing to fight and there's a TP war behind, everything gets solved the second you say,
I mean, on one hand, it's true, but you can't decently say, yo, guys, all LPL teams are pool 1. I mean, you could do it with the same type of mentality that you do, like, your definitions of whether a team is pool 1 or pool 2, or, like, how strong a region is, or, like, what seeding they deserve, right? Like, consistently, the pool 2 LPL team has been outperforming NA, right? Like, last year, if you look at how China has done, like in the last however many years, like what we had IG versus FPX in semifinals one year. Last year we had Suning and Top, and JDG also made it out of group. So it's like you don't have to say they're all pool 1 or something like that. But generally, the China second seed always outperforms the NA first seed, or like the second seed will go farther, or like the second best Chinese team will go farther than the best NA team at Worlds for years in a row, right? So that's where I feel like you get, like, you can be more accurate in your analysis of how good these teams are, because, yeah, I mean, every team is not, like, yeah, I mean, every region is not equal. And if you want the Worlds to be as competitive as possible, then, like, those things need to be changed. But, like, the main rule that needs to be changed, from my perspective, is that you can only have one team from each region in the group. Because the problem with this, okay, so this is the issue. It makes group stage better because you get to see teams from all regions compete, but it makes the bracket stage worse, because you're like, the teams are so divided, then when you end up doing your bracket stage, there's like a high likelihood that if a region did well in every single group, you just get regions cannibalizing themselves because you're not doing double elimination. So either you keep the format the same for groups and then you do double elimination, or you change the format for groups so that your brackets are better to watch. Because, dude, no one goes to Worlds and they're like, yeah, I want to see a best of 5 between Dom1 and DRX like last year, or I want to see a best of 5 between the Chinese side of the bracket and the Korean side of the bracket. It's like, dude, then just watch LPL or LCK if that's what you want. Like, I don't know. That's my biggest issue with I mean, dude, don't get me started on that shit. I can talk about that shit for hours.
TP, I'm going in. So just don't be hesitant.
Let me think more.
Who the hell will want to practice versus an NA team?
I've been waiting.
Generally, you get like one set, and then depending on how you do in that set, they'll potentially scrim you more.
Maybe there wasn't a member from 2018, but I like the old teammates too, so I finally the revenge for them.
It was so tough because I remember a
You get
very distinct
revenge for
moment
them?
at the beginning of the summer split when we were winning all of our matches.
No one feels like that, bro. I bet you, like, secretly, Meteos is hoping that 100 Thieves loses. Like, he's like, man, fucking this team did me dirty. I don't want to see them win. I don't want someday to go get revenge for me. Like, that shit, like Cody getting benched. Like, I'm sure that those players are salty about their experience and they don't actually want to see the team that, in their mind, did them wrong have success.
I had a very vivid premonition. I'm like, okay, we might actually be able to win this year. Like, we might. I never even said it out loud. I never said it out loud once. I swear to God, on my mother's soul. I was thinking, like, maybe we could win.
Arena, 100 Thieves met Team Liquid in the final years ago, and it was the fastest stomp in LCS championship history, and 100 Thieves poised to do it back to them here in 2021 summer.
So I went to finals or to important series many times, but I felt like the enemy mid pulled a heist on me because I played better than him, but I couldn't win like the finals or make it to Worlds in 2020, and back then I just felt really bad, and I didn't know like, if I'm gonna have the chance again to playing a good team, and there were many doubters.
Instead, Closer, it's going to be a flash follow coming in, headbutt pull for the Ignite, and 2 kills come through for 100 Thieves.
Beginning of my career in Turkey, and I was playing with kha'zix that year.
Holy shit, what a
unfortunately, we lost
dude,
in
he's
the
a
finals.
child, a
I
literal
remember,
child.
A lot of people made fun of me, like I got flamed a lot. I was just a kid, so like I didn't know how to handle the situation, like what to expect from people, and I kinda learned it the hard way. I think I'm kinda used to it at this point. Like I'm always the underdog team. Even in the finals, there's like 2 people predicting we're gonna win, but you just need one person, yourself, to believe, and that's it.
There at the end, and now he's going for another one.
Slow damage, kicks him Q, and yeah! He's got the damage. Closer!
Coming
Closer
from Australia,
completely
we were still
smurfed.
like considered an import at that time.
Completely smurfed.
And I don't know, there was like a lot of pressure. I mean, I felt a lot of pressure at the time that I had to like play well and show that I'm a good player. In my head, I'm thinking if I don't play well, like that could be it. I could like never play LCS or like stay in America or whatever. I think like that was the hardest part. Like my first split in LCS, I didn't play well. You're not really certain like what your future's gonna hold.
Follow, he's tanky, the kick back in, they found Tactical, and Varus is...
Wait, you know what I thought was so weird? After this, I remember FBI was talking about how like people will look down on minor region players, and they're like, oh, like everyone just like flames OC players. And I was wondering, like, where did he get this information that people are just like super negative and think that like OC players suck because they're from OCE? Because I've literally been on face check and like, I mean, and minor region players too. When like you can go back and watch like face check, I always talked well of FBI. I always talked well of Closer. So it's like, I don't know where this idea comes from. And I assume that it's like, it has to deal with like co-streamers to some degree. But I feel like no one actually gets on FBI and Closer because they're from a minor region. Like, I feel like that didn't even happen. Like, sure, man, I said Tommy wasn't good, but I didn't even say Tommy. Like, bro, people think that I said Tommy was just like the worst player ever. Like, my main criticism was that he wasn't worth an import slot in 2019. And then this year, 2020. And then 2021, I was like, yeah, he could like play, probably not for a top team, but he could probably play an LCS for like a bottom 3 team or something like that. And it would be fine.
Helpless, the knock-up, the bowling pins, they're falling. Core JJ is low.
I started to play support and on Golden Guardians Academy. There's times that like even in the first split, I was telling the team that I didn't want to play LCS, but the team kind of let me play it or forced me to play it when I felt like I wasn't ready myself. Yeah, after that, I came to 100 Thieves, which was the team that I got kicked and I was forced to swap to support. So like when I was kind of making that choice for me, it wasn't
that's crazy.
Definitely the easiest choice I've made.
Bro, he got flamed so hard by the community.
To also
everyone hated Huhi when he was mid for 100 Thieves.
With FBI and with Closer, this has to be the right choice, and I made that.
Ulti up if he needs it. The ward hop into a kick onto a realm warp. Everyone's ready to receive the kill.
I came NA the first time. It was really difficult to me because I didn't know English, didn't know American culture too. So basically I couldn't say anything.
I mean, he was bad. Like I did my top 10 of mid lane that year on face check, and I put him 10th. Like I don't know who he was. He had a horrible split mid.
Also, I felt
he was like running it every game.
Didn't like me because I'm Korean, and they say like I came American because money or I'm washed up, something blah blah. And if you play kind of long time and you didn't get result, and around you the people is kind of changing, like step or teammate, you will kind of lose confidence. So you will think about maybe I'm the problem or something like that.
To 2, and a Rift Herald lost is all that separates 100 Thieves from a perfect game in the last game of the finals. The LCS Championship is going to be home to a new team.
But the trophy proved me in past year, I put the effort, wasn't wrong. I was right.
100 Thieves rule the LCS!
How good could this team be if Someday finds his old form? I don't know. I talked about this on on an episode of the Crackdown where I don't even think that it's like a form thing. I just think that when Someday used to play carry tops, the way you played carry tops was way different. Like now the way that you play carry tops is way more about like stacking waves and like calling for people at the right time and really coordinating with your team on how to impact your lane rather than just like being better than somebody 1v1. In almost all the matchups, it's like, okay, on what wave, how do the first couple levels like play out? Okay, based on that, when am I going to be able to stack my wave? Am I going to be like able to push in and I'm going to try to go for like the 315 dive? Or am I going to be going like on the other side of it where, you know, maybe people are going to be like bouncing, or like people are going to be pathing away from me, and then I'm going to have to like play off that bounce. And then it's like, okay, if they have pressure, how many resources do I need? Like, how do I trim the wave to the point where I'm not getting dove? Like, it's not really a game of being able to out mechanic somebody anymore. It's just about using the timings of like when your champion is stronger than the other champion. And I feel like Someday never actually got like good at that skill set. It's a way different skill set. It's part of the reason why I always respect BB so much, and I think that he's such a good top laner. It's just from even playing with BB, you can tell that he just has that mentality around how you use other people on the map around your wave and like how you're able to communicate the state of your lane to everyone else on the map so that people know what to do. Like, it's actually pretty fucking difficult, and especially when you start throwing in the fact that supports are roaming way more now. You have supports roaming top, you have jungles becoming way better at understanding like these timings as well. Now your mid lane is running TP every single game, so you can always make this play. Like, it's not really like it's going to be super telegraphed or it's going to be on a wave push. It could just be somebody backing off and TPing. Like, now that all these things are in the game, it feels like Someday never actually got good at like being able to properly communicate that entire minigame or have full understanding of what's going to happen in all these situations.
Someday, where are you? You have been on quite the journey since coming here to the LCS in 2017. Longest standing member on 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
First trophy here in the league. What does this moment mean to you?
It's really happy that I can get trophy finally, and thanks to everyone, that all the teammates and all the coaches, and yeah, I'm really happy. Like 3 years ago wasn't even close the game, but I played really my best a lot, and I showed my everything, and yeah.
You put everything on the table here today, Someday.
I know there is a lot of fans and haters, but haters just haters, and fans are really behind on me, and I'm really thanks to everyone to behind on me, and I try to my best at words too. Thank you.
Thank you, Someday.
God damn, he went through the struggle.
We just parked at the airport. Do I look the part? I just, I don't know. I don't know if they
Got
know
the Tesla.
like.
Bro, I hate
Time to
that
go
car.
Full
That car.
chauffeur mode.
Worst
Someday?
Worst purchase
how's
of my
it going?
life. I just lost like 25 grand on it in the year. I just didn't even care.
I think I'm gonna abort. Should I abort?
My name is Matt. I'm the owner of 100 Thieves. We're gonna go to the house.
Shit car. Teslas are terrible, bro.
I think it's just a special bond and relationship that we built over these last 4 years that is irreplaceable. And I think what's funny about Someday, and I have a couple stories that I think you guys will really enjoy hearing. One, I could never really tell if Someday loved or hated us. Like, I had no idea. I mean, we would try to make jokes or try to make him feel more comfortable.
Happy birthday to you.
But happy birthday. Thank you. From all of 100 Thieves and your teammates. Okay.
Holy shit, holy, whoa, what's that desk looking like? Hold up, this guy got candy for days. Holy moly. Respect, that's a true gamer setup right there. And then you got my setup, which is just coffee cups and bottles of water, because I'm fucking old.
And your teammates.
Okay.
We'll cut the cake upstairs if you want.
Diabetes.
And he just nod his head and smile. And that was
Motherfucker's got
fine. That was my
diabetes.
relationship with Someday. And every single time I'd come over that house or I'd see him at the studio, I'd try to do the same exact thing. I'd say, hey, Someday.
Someday, my boy.
It was like my little project. I've never really talked about this much, but I'd always think about it. Every time I'd see Someday, I would just come with the same energy, and hopefully one day he would, reciprocate it. I have a hard time remembering everything that happened the night of the celebration after we won, because who he had me taking shots like I was 21 years old again. I do vividly remember Sunday came up to me in the kitchen, completely unsolicited. Like, this was unprompted. Nobody set him up to do this. Sunday came up to me and he said, "Matt, I love you," and gave me a hug. I shit you not, this is a true story. I could not believe it.
Just wanted to check my Discord and didn't know where it was, so.
Hello, Matt. I like the sentence that Matt say, like, my boy someday.
I think when I joined 100 Thieves, I saw an org that was
My
overjoyed
boy
with success,
someday.
that had so many strong parts to its organization. I'm just happy that after interviewing and hiring and letting go and trying to improve so many times and reinvent myself and the League of Legends program so many times, that to all the people who are here now, I can say, hey Reaper, hey Freeze, remember when we were working out what we could be, where we could get to? We got there. I'd like to thank the people that aren't here to help lift the trophy at the end, because I've gone through other coaches and players who have helped to build upon and helped to launch this success here. Around our org, I want to thank our academy team and amateur team for warming us up on match days. It's hard for them to appreciate it when I thank them for it, that they were a part of this, but little things add up.
I want to give lots of credit for all our staffs, including the managers as well. Nathan, who have an analyst for us every day, every night. He's the first one coming and the last one going out. And then last, he made lots of the things we couldn't make.
Yeah.
So I want to giving.
I want to thank Lost, you know, for just making TSM such a dumpster fire that, you know, we were able to easily beat them. Perfect.
Lots of credit for,
he said Lust.
for our
He
staffs
said
and
Lust
managers.
Oh, my bad.
Then,
My bad.
You know, obviously, they also cannot win without me.
It's true.
I'm grateful for the fun we had together, because, you know, for me, this might sound weird, but for me, the journey matters more than the finish line. And having such an amazing player.
No, bro, I hate when people say shit like this. No, dude, the finish line matters so much more than the fucking journey. If you have that journey and then you don't end up like getting to your goal, it just feels fucking worthless, bro. It's so easy to say that after you won. No, man, like, it's not about, you know, this feeling, you know, it's not about the fact that we've all increased our value, you know, we've all accomplished something. No, it's about the journey, bro. The journey. It's all about the results. You can only say that shit. You never see the losing team say that shit. Or like when you do, you never actually take it serious. Like if TL like came out, if Alfari was like, you know what, man, it wasn't really about the fact that we lost. Like the best part about this was just the journey, you know, getting benched by Jat and then coming back, like, you know, showing our strength with this team, you know, that was the thing that I was really seeking after. The championships or whatever, like who cares if I've never won a championship before and I've been considered one of the best Western top laners in the last 5 years. It's all about the journey, man.
Staff was truly a pleasure, and I enjoyed every single moment of it. So I would like to thank you guys.
All right, hold on, before we pop these bottles, I just want to say, I'm sure that you guys know how much we all appreciate the hard work. You guys did something today for 100 Thieves that has never been done. This is a moment that I'll never forget, and I truly appreciate every single one of you that contributed to the success. The coaches, the players, the staff, everybody. What a incredible achievement. You guys have now solidified yourselves in the history of North American LCS and for 100 Thieves. I love you guys. Let's go!
Yeah, I mean, wow. I think we covered a lot throughout this entire interview in talking about and reminiscing about 100 Thieves and our participation in the LCS, from franchising at the very beginning in 2018.
Crazy culture, bro. Holy shit.
And signing a
Bro, it's actually like that meme. It's like that meme at Worlds where you just see like, you see EDG and all these teams like win. You see the entire podium of all the teams that are going to place higher at Worlds. And then you just see NA at the bottom just popping bottles. I love it. It's actually the fucking,
where we had no idea what it would turn
meme
into and how things would progress. But man, at that time we were working out of a bedroom. I mean, I'm not even kidding. If you go back and look at the original footage of the heist, we had 2 houses that were connected, and we had our entire staff for the 100 Thieves working out of the master bedroom of a 3-bedroom home. And it's crazy to think about where we're at now. I mean, we have over 100 employees, and it's just that being the starting point for the heist. And among all the other reasons that I had talked about before, some of the old teams not really taking a liking to 100 Thieves, and the community having a hard time really rallying behind us just because they didn't understand what we were here to do. It always felt like we were working up on an uphill battle. And in a lot of ways, I think that builds character, and I think that makes winning even more special. We didn't know how long it would take to win, but I think it was well worth the wait, just because as we continue to progress throughout these years and different iterations of rosters, different coaches, different staff, different support structures, getting out of that master bedroom and finally moving into our own full-fledged studio, having all the bells and whistles to make the team even more of a success. It just has culminated into a moment where I'm okay with ending the heist. Honestly, I think you would love to hear the name that Gabriel sort of came up for the docuseries. I should put him on the line. He should tell you, because it's fucking awesome. You got a second to talk to him just so he can set it up and tell you what he came up with? Because I love it.
All right, boom, here. They went for the heist, the next series, the getaway, and it's just like them just selling all their players and trying to get out of League of Legends because they see the LCS is dying. Boom. I got it, bro. I got the ideas, man. Put me in the squad, Nate Shot. I'll help the org.
All right, Gabriel, here's your big moment. I'll put it on speaker.
All right. Matt's always talked about the evolution of 100 Thieves and sort of anime arcs, and I think that's especially true for us, which is why I'm excited to wrap up the heist the way that we do. Like, one of the reasons why I joined 100 Thieves was like because of that story that Matt told, because of that promise. It did feel like you had this protagonist telling you that he was going to go on this like long but incredibly like amazing and difficult journey, and he convinced all of us to go along with him, and in the end it all worked out.
So guys, we just learned that this is the last episode of the heist because the heist is completed. We won the trophy. It feels pretty good, and we can definitely feel the support of 100 Thieves fans for the team, like for everyone. So thank you guys so much for supporting us all the time.
Don't be sad that the heist is over. Be happy that it happened and we stole the trophy, even though the series might be over now.
Abadage is just trying to drop as many one-line bangers as he can.
Been part for long in the heist, but just keep watching us. Looking forward to the future.
I would like to say thank you for all the support and watching us along our journey. I honestly truly believe that there's many more trophies for us to come, so they're gonna have to come up with a new name. The heist is complete. Thank you.
All of our staff, like Nathan and Lost Boy, like Joe, maybe not Joe. Okay, maybe not Joe. Chris as well, Selena, like, and for me, I think for myself, Angela and my 2 dogs, Haru and Dandy. Because of all those people, I think that's why I could have kept going.
My fans and
gotta thank the dogs.
relatives, I gave to them trophy, and then you can like be together more longer. Thank you for the staying behind on me, and I will keep moving forward.
The original goal when we started was to come in and steal away a championship. Nobody ever expected us to do it. And here we are, ending a series that has been inherently like the lifeblood of 100 Thieves and the story of a new team starting and progressing throughout the world of esports and trying to be something that nobody ever thought we could be. I think it's actually really special. So even now, as I think about it, I highly encourage you to go back and watch these episodes of The Heist. If you're a fan of the LCS or just 100 Thieves in general, there's a lot of history that can be uncovered that may have been forgotten over the years. And so I just want to say a personal thank you to every individual from the production team that's ever worked on The Heist, any player that has ever played beneath our program, whether it was on the LCS stage or on Academy, or even the players that are on 100 Next now, all of the coaches that have come and gone. I think it was really funny, Stardust, who was one of our coaches in the early days, he's now like the head coach for SKT. He's like coaching Faker. I found that out when we were playing the finals versus TL and was mind blown. I'm like, Stardust? No fucking way. And so I just think it's really special how many people have been a part of this world that we've created together. And I think the one thing that was asked early on when we first announced 100 Thieves was a lot of journalists were asking me, what does the brand stand for? And you know, what is the culture of 100 Thieves? And the answer, you can go back and see this, it was always, I'm not gonna set the culture. I'm not gonna set our brand and core values and all these things that you guys, these are great questions to ask, but I wasn't equipped to answer those because I was a kid that didn't really know what he was doing. But the one answer that I always had was the people that work at 100 Thieves and the players that play for us, they are gonna set the standard for what our culture is and what our brand should look and feel like. And I feel like everybody that I mentioned on the production team and the players and the coaches and the staff around the team that may not have a lot of involvement in esports, but everything here works together as like one fine-tuned oiled machine. And they are the ones that have really built the legacy over the last 4 years for our company. And now what's beautiful is that we can all celebrate this championship together, close this book on the Heist, and look forward to new horizons as we make our way to Worlds and future splits and seasons to come. So it was a long road. There were a lot of moments of uncertainty. There were a lot of times where our fans turned against us. But there were like a chosen few or select few that stuck with us. And I think that's what makes this championship that much sweeter. So a big shout out to Sunday, Abadage, Closer, Huhi, FBI, Freeze, Reaper, and a bunch of other people that I'm gonna forget or miss. You guys have made a moment for yourselves, you made a moment for our organization, and you guys have let us set a pin in time that I think none of us will ever forget, and I think that's really special. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the Heist. Thank you guys so much for supporting our team and giving us even more reasons to want to win, not just for ourselves, but for our community and for the people that stuck with us even when the going got rough. We appreciate you. This one's for you. And we hope to see you guys here very, very soon. YouTube, we'll see you fucking later. Bye.
Wait, this guy's wearing a Cloud9 shirt, cheering 100 Thieves? Wait, they're literally just wearing Cloud9 shirts saying 100 Thieves. What's going on?
Gosh, this is bad. I promise you that we're going to do everything we can to earn your support so that you can be proud to be a part of the 100 Thieves community. And I know that is not going to be given to us. So we're just going to have to take it. Welcome to the Heist.
That's a good conclusion, man. That is the ultimate. That is the ultimate, ultimate result, man. We got it.